century, what sociology was to the 1970s, what business studies was in the 1980s, what media studies was in the 1990s. In the early 21st century, it's marine biology, because everybody wants to know what's going on under the waves, thanks to David. Don't make that mistake. So I've got a question for that marine biologist, and my question is this: how deep would the sea be if there weren't any sponges down there? Well, the question I'm always asked is, Johnny, how did you get here? And I tell them in the usual way, just like everybody else. My mummy and daddy loved each other very much. They went courting, then they got engaged, then they got married, and one thing led to another. Nature took its course. Here I am, same as anybody else. No, Johnny, it wasn't an existential question. What we wanted to know was, what method of transport did you employ today? So I tell them, in the best kind of car. The best kind of car known to man. A hire car. And not, as somebody once suggested, a larder. The difference between a larder and a sheep, it's marginally less embarrassing being discovered getting out the back of a sheep.
Funny.
And then there's the difference between a larder and a Jehovah's Witness. You can close the door on a Jehovah's Witness. No, these are the social advantages inherent in a rented vehicle, exactly like this. The hire car. Double park, don't lock the door, push the pedals through the floor, give it loads and then some more. It's a hire car, baby. Grip the stick, grind the gears, watch that distance disappear, never be yours in 1,000 years. It's a hire car, baby. Hire car, why would anybody buy a car? Bang it, prang it, say ta-ta. It's a hire car, baby. Bad behaviour on the street, save yourself a couple of sheets, collision waiver, keep it sweet. It's a hire car, show this mountain no respect. Bump it, dump it, can't collect, what else did the firm expect? It's a hire car, baby. Hire car, why hot wire a car? Whenever you require a car, hire a car, baby. Drive the motherfucker anywhere, just like you don't care. Put it down to wear and tear. It's a hire car, baby. Pray the person who hired it last did not drive it quite that fast. This Dagenham Dodgem doesn't last. It's a hire car. Try not to kill yourself or injure anybody else. Don't forget to fasten your belts. Rent it, dent it, bang it, prang it, bump it, dump it, scorch it, torch it, crack it, burn it. Don't return it. Lost deposit, let them earn it. Who cares? It's on the film. It's a hire car, baby. So, you know, I've got this gig tonight. I've done a student gig for years, you know. Somehow I was persona non grata with the colleges for years. I don't know why that is. But then, you know, I got a gig at the at Strange Ways about 5 years ago. The governor totally agreed to it. It was an enlightening governor, you know. They just got those guys in out off the roof and patched it up, and there was a whole new regime going to start there, you know. We started with a bit of enlightenment in the poetry area. So I went in there, you know, thinking I'm the guy, you know, with these guys like me, where they might balk at, you know, John Betcham and, you know, they like me, because I'm a, you know, I'm a wronger. So anyway, it was all thought it was very enlightened governor. You know, it was, I'll meet your demands, boys. Just don't be a fool. Come in now. See what I can do about pushing through these reforms. One of them kind of governors. So I thought, he's my man. I said, I'm the guy you want here. And he was all for it. But then he put us through the system on the computer, and I thought, what persona non grata? In a fucking prison. So that explained a lot why I haven't been getting many college gigs lately. I mean, the only reason I got this one tonight is because I did the social secretary a big favour a long time ago, and he owes me for it. That's the only reason I got this gig at all. Yes, I stopped taking his sister out. He owes me big. There's nothing he won't do for me. So, right, I don't do adverts, you know that, don't you, as a matter of principle. I won't do adverts. Not as a matter of principle, I won't do that. Because, you know, I've got my standards, so I won't do adverts. Not unless I'm right behind the product. And that's why I like Eddie's Yacht Supplies for all your nautical needs. Feeling peckish on the way home? Mutton Jeffs. That's Mutton Jeff, the ovine chef. Mutton Jeffs. Sheep on the cheap. You kill 'em, we grill. Book early. Oh, chicks eat free with a 2-drink minimum. Book early for the Gutbuster breakfast. Bum, 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 bum. I'll have the Gutbuster. And for the gentleman. That's Mutton Jeff, the ovine chef. We'll be back after these messages. And now back to when animals attack magicians. Pick a card, any. You know, that no advert rule, I broke my own rule. I'm an anarchist, I even break my own rules. I don't go all about. I make my own rules and then I break them. I'm an anarchist, it's congenital. And that's one rule I was very quick to break, actually, the no advert rule, because, you know, people get accused of, if you're at all involved with punk rock, the worst thing you can accuse somebody of is selling out. And that's why I could never really 100% relate to punk rock, because that's why I got in the business in the first place. You know, I've had these principles for sale for the last 35 years. And they're going down in value with every passing decade, you know. So it's only now that people, now I'm the voice of Domino's Pizza. I wouldn't advise anybody to eat nothing I wouldn't eat myself, I swear to Christ. If they fill a gap. So good stuff. You can select your own toppings, so if you don't like it, it's your fault. The buck stops there. Democratic food. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the advert rule. I'm breaking my own rules. I wrote 2 advertising jingles 18 months ago. The first one here I wrote for the Martini people in the hope that in return they would send me a year's supply or a lifetime supply, whichever is the greater. And this one's called Home Honey I'm High. Frontal lobes just get a trim, or did you meet the Moonies? Wrong on both counts, Jim. See many martinis. I keep pitching them, you keep messing them. This is Class A material at charity prices. What the fuck do you want? Here's another jingle I wrote for the beleaguered National Health Service to help them in their relentless campaign, to lend my hand to their relentless campaign against the social menace that is STDs. STD, sexually transmitted, VD, give it a name, VD, for which this country leads the world by a sizzling 78% apparently. So I'm going to help them in their battle against this social scourge. And this one's, it used to be called Lydia Lydia. So you finished it off in your head now. You finished it off for me. The clue is in the title. But anyway, that would have been true, except it's not called Lydia Lydia anymore. Why? Because as any Dean Friedman fan will tell you, you know who you are. As any Dean Friedman fan will tell you, that title's already been used. I found out the hard way when I was giving it its maiden voyage, and then from the wings came the message. Psst, Johnny, change the title. Why? He's in the audience. Who? The ragamuffin Romeo himself. Dean Friedman here. What the? Huh? Yes, and he's a very litigious person. He can afford a better lawyer than what you can. You don't want to spend the rest of your days in utter penury. You'll change the title now. So thinking on the spot, I come up with this one, and it's a much better title all round. Now it's called Lydia, Girl with an Itch. So it's a much better title all round, proving once again that necessity is the mother of invention, and not Frank Zappa, as some of you had previously assumed. So here it is. Lydia, girl with an itch. Lydia, Lydia, get rid of your chlamydia, only an idiot would ever consider you. Here's a limerick, but it doesn't rhyme. Let me explain. I wrote it in the Republic of Ireland, in Limerick, in the town of Limerick, 25 years ago. In those days, condoms were very difficult to obtain in the Republic of Ireland. They used to smuggle them in bags of heroin. How great would this be? You're the king of modern poetry, this is. How great would this be? A limerick about Limerick. Anybody who's interested in poetry, anywhere in the world has heard of Limerick, because it's the capital city of poetry. Everybody knows a limerick, at least one limerick. It's the most famous poetical city in the world. So how great would it be if you the king of modern poetry, wrote a limerick about Limerick? I said, what a spiffing idea. Give me a pen, so I've got the first line out, right? I once knew a fella from Limerick, but I thought, hold it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to tell you at this point that, you know, just because something rhymes doesn't mean it's true. I know nobody's more upset about it than me, but, you know, why can't you? It's a hard lesson to learn. And I thought then, you know, I once knew a fella from Limerick. I thought, well, at least try to tell the truth in the first line. You know, you didn't once know a fella from Limerick. You don't know a fella from Limerick now. Try to tell the truth in the first line, at least, you know. So, all right, I'll do a rewrite. All right, brilliant. All right, there once was a fella from Limerick. You can't argue with that. But where do you go from there? It's dead in the water after the first line. It's a joke the Irish are playing on the rest of us. You can't go beyond the first line because nothing rhymes with Limerick. Don't go racking your brains. I've looked into it. Nothing rhymes with Limerick. The nearest I could get is turmeric. And you try working that ubiquitous Asian yellow spice. So nothing rhymes with Limerick. Can't go beyond. In fact, it's the limerick about Limerick. It can't go on beyond the first line, just like the Irish knock-knock joke. Same thing, isn't it? Go on, you start. Who's there? Well, you say so.